Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about another episode of Dueling Book Commentary. We have Faron, who has 801 rating and 618 experience, taking on M. Tincham, who's got 898 rating and 313 experience. He hadn't moved. I was freaking out that he wasn't here, but he's just slow playing. And nothing really beats someone who slow plays. But we see Thoroughblade get dropped. Pitching Ram Ram, that's very good. Wow, that's really good. And we'll see card being drawn. I might be a little bit upset because I just shot one of the best episodes of Tag Duels Live, and I wasn't recording, and I'm very upset about that. I'm also upset because I've been trying so hard to get a dueling book commentary for the last month, and every time I've gone on, I've gone through 3 duels. Someone AFKs, someone just quits, someone just misplays 3 times and then just leaves, and it's just it's really hard. But hopefully this looks good so far. It is 60 card Zodiac, which I didn't realize with that grass set. That was a thing. It definitely could be Zombie Swarm. That deck did get top 64. That deck was running a mini zoo engine, not a super heavy zoo engine to the point to where I don't think that deck was running Ram Ram. So I'm pretty sure this is a 60 card Zodiac or something like that. 60 card zombie. I don't know. I think it actually is Light Swarm Zombies Zodiac. So Zombie Swarm, which is definitely a thing. I think it's definitely still a thing because Kagasuchi is still really strong. Tsukiyomi is decently strong. Probably not in Zodiacs as much. I don't know why I brought that card up. And that grass and green are still very strong. And the thing is, when that grass was at 3, you were more likely to face the mirror than you are now when you're playing Zombie Swarm or Infernoids, which are still 2 very decently relevant decks. I think Infernoids and Zombie Swarm were both honorable mentions in my top 10 decks at NAWCQ, and lo and behold, 60 card Zombie Swarm got top 64. I really wish they would have given a full results for that. I don't know why they didn't. So this, at the very least, is a Daigusto Emerald. He does play really slow. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I thought there was lag or something. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because you could definitely put Borbro on top of Rat, summon Rat, put Broadbull on top of Borbo, detach for Whiptail, summon Tigris, summon Dryden, or summon Chaka 9, summon Ram Ram, summon Dryden, pop Ram Ram, summon Rat. You have 2 rats, or you have 1 rat? Yeah, you have 2 rats and a Thoroughblade. Standard zoo stuff. I can't be the only one tired of this format, right? But it's just it's a tier 0 format. It really is, because no other decks can be competitive against Zoo, because Zoo can do all of this with 3 cards in their hand. I should have eaten before I did this. I should be eating now, is what I should be doing. That's the thing about Dueling Book. Dueling Book has been kind of notorious for not really having the greatest servers. And you look online right now, there's that's not that many people. There were nights at 8 o'clock at night I'd be playing Dueling Network, and it'd get to 1,300, 1,500 people. I just think a lot of people, it's easy to transition from Dueling Book or Dueling Network to YGO Pro. It's hard to transition back. I'm finding it very hard for me to transition back. It's for reasons like this. Even though YGO Pro crashes once or twice a day, it just even if if you just try to open it 3 or 4 times, it'll crash once or twice a day, and it's really annoying. But even though that is the situation, it's still significantly faster than Dueling Book. And even when Dueling Book isn't in this situation where there is lag, there's so much you have to rely on. But Dueling Book is a great way to practice the game if you don't have a locals. Even if you do have locals, I mean, most of the time, locals are going to be once a week. You know, it's not, this isn't Magic. Magic is a lot more popular. Usually there's like 2 Magic events from what I've seen a week at like popular comic book stores. It's like Magic, Force of Will, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic again. Um, there are some exclusions to that rule as well. Um, but, like for example, the region I'm in, the nearest locals is like 2 hours south of here. That's like a long drive every single week. And it's just, it becomes unnecessary in that situation. So you get to a point where if you're always dueling on YGO Pro, you know, you get a prompt. You get a prompt all the time. And it's like, it reminds me of a story actually. The last regional I went to, this guy got really mad because he was playing Zodiac. It might have been True King Zodiac. It might have been True Draco Zodiac. But he was playing Zodiac. He was playing against dinosaurs. The dinosaur guy did Melisaniasaurus, Summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and he was doing Ultimate Conductor Tyranno's Battle Phase effect because he used his main phase effect to destroy a card and then start swinging. And he swings the first time, activates the effect. The friend of mine, responds with, "You're activating his effect," and like pulls a card out of his hand. And the guy that was activating that effect goes, "No, I'm not. I'm not activating the effect. You don't take 1,000." And he like erases it off the like the sketchiest way to whenever he ended up winning the duel. Because my friend was going to actually activate Ghost Ogre, and that was going to Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, which is a great way to Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. But it's stuff like that. Like, even though that was not the greatest example of when you're prompt, um, it's like when you're playing in real life, you're not going to get prompted like that. You would usually. Um, and you don't get to go, do I want to activate here or do I want to activate later? No, you have to think on the fly. Am I activating this now? Am I activating this later? And sometimes you end up slow playing. Sometimes you end up overthinking it. And that leads to misplays a lot of times. And it's a lot easier to misplay on Dueling Book and in real life than it is on YGO Pro. And the only reason I'm not talking about what's going on the screen is because I don't find it very relevant. It's just so the same thing. Even though I got the combo wrong. No, I didn't get the combo wrong. It's Ram, which is better to leave up than Thoroughblade. Because remember I said you'd end up with a Trident, Rat, Thoroughblade, Ram. I thought he was going to pop Ram and then summon Rat. But I guess he didn't do that. Maybe, can Ram summon himself? During the player's turn. Nope, no, I wanted. He can't summon himself. I missed something. This is pretty easy. You have 5 cards in your hand, same amount you started with. A Daigatsu Emerald for next turn if it survives. A Ram that floats and a pop. And we see Terraforming activated. Probably gonna go get Ancient City Ruins. Is this a 60 card Zodiac? I don't see what plays 60 card Zodiac has over 40 card Zodiac. Oh, it was an Ancient City Ruins. This is this new card, Dragonic Diagram. I've never read that card before. It's probably not as good as Ancient City Ruins, though. It actually isn't. Like, in all actuality, like, Ancient City Ruins is one of the best field spell cards ever. Ash Blossom. Like, Pot of Desires is one of the most dangerous cards to be running right now. Like, at the NAWCQ, yeah, run Pot of Desires because no one's main decking Ash Blossom because it's actually kind of trash against Zodiac in all honesty because it's just like discard a card and let your opponent keep playing. But against Pot of Desires, Card of Demise, it's broken. It's just bonkers. It is. So, we see Pot of Duality come down. Now, there was a video I saw, I think it may have been Simo, that said like, True Draco Zoo of Demise with an extra deck, or like no True Draco Zoo with Card of Demise. So maybe that's becoming a thing. I don't know how good that is because you can't special summon too much. But like I never found EDM to be better than regular Monarchs, simply because like it's more combo oriented, it's more susceptible to cards like Solemn Strike and Zodiac Trident and Maxi and Ghost Ogre, and like. this is something really strong, especially because like all the versions of True Draco of Demise that I saw were running the Monarch's Erupt. Almost all of them that were good were running the Monarch's Erupt. So that literally is just like summon a beat stick, activate the Monarch's Erupt, pass. Like that is what the in my opinion True Dracos were meant to be. And I think True Draco Zoo is fine because they're both as that powerful of archetypes. We see Draco diagram popping disciples, adding Apocalypse. Apocalypse being set, summoning Dynamite Knight. I'm assuming Tinchome has Heritage already in his hand, because I can't imagine why he wouldn't have gone to go get Heritage. And we see Giant something actually effect's going to get activated, because we haven't figured out what Faron is activating. Because if Tinchome M, we call him Tin. If Tin doesn't have Heritage, that play string just seems kind of off to me. But I'm assuming he has Heritage. Get back. We do see Giant's effect chain. Probably going to see Dino's effect chain. To go get Return. Return's probably just going to go straight to the hand. So Farhan has no idea where it's at. Actually, no, it's just going to come right on. Which, there's some merit to that too, because now you can activate its effect, special summon Dynamite Knight, maybe summon out Masterpiece. We do see Heritage come down, so that's actually going to net Tincho 3 cards instead of the 2 that he would have gotten before. Which is doing a lot of deck thinning. Which... Go.
I just tell you one thing. I'm gonna find where you live in California. I'm gonna park in your spot. Love you, nephew.
Love you too. That was my uncle. And with Potted Desires being a thing, you know, there's a lot of really good draw power in True Draco of Demise. Especially if you're running the Zodiac version, because Zodiacs are all about summoning Digester Emerald and drawing some more cards, and sending combo, drawing some more cards. And I understand Emerald, Disciples, and combo can bring cards back into your deck, which is fine. And this is assuming that he's running True Draco Zoo of Demise with an extra deck, or whatever. And that's still, like, he's still susceptible to decking out, is what I'm trying to get to. But anyway, we see Heritage's first effect activates draw. Second effect's going to activate summoning out Dynamite Knight. The cool thing about all the True Dracos is they're not once per turn. None of them once per turn. Like, I think all the spell and traps are, yes. But none of the monsters are once per turn. You have 3 Dynamite Knights. You can do chain, set, or chain, activate, chain, activate, chain, activate. So Dynamite Knight comes down. He's got a 300 attack boost thanks to not Ancient City Ruins. He attacks over Digester Emerald. But with 6 cards, Farrakhan is in a decent spot. That being said, a 60 card deck, he's probably running something janky. Whatever is janky in there might be getting in the way right now. We'll see. Right now. Most likely not now. Now, unfortunately, we have no idea what Tincho banned. We do know, or not banned, banished. We do know that there's a Heritage, an Apocalypse, and a Disciples Engrave, and a Return on the field. Because if this is like Order, Warning, Strike, that's going to be really hard for Zodiac to get through. But if this is like Disciples, Terraform, Duality, easy. That Grass Looks Greener is going to activate, or attempt to activate. Tincho might just flip up that Imperial Order. But he doesn't have it, or else he would have. He's going to chain Dino's effect to search or activate. Why is Needles on this? And Goblins. Like, what is with the artwork on this? Does anybody know? Because you can't chain Dynamite Knight to... you can't chain Dynamite Knight to Imperial Order. Because your opponent has to activate the effect. For some reason, I thought he had it. I don't know why he did. I think I hovered over this card when I said Imperial Order Warning Strike. I'd scoop. Like, I'd scoop if I'm Farron. Like, what are you doing? What combo card you come back in? Especially because you're running Scorpio. Like, what? I get you can go into Invoker, you can make a rank 4, you can out the Imperial Order, but that's assuming that these cards aren't going to be live. A, B, Apocalypse can activate at any moment, so it is Infernoids. It is Infernoid Zoo. We just figured out what it is. So it's Infernoid Zoo taking on what appears to be True Draco of the Mines. We haven't seen a single Zoo card yet, but there is an extra deck, and I don't, like, all other levels are different. So, well, not all of them. I think there's 2 level 6s, maybe. Um, and obviously from someone like monsters on the field, there's that. He could go into Grand Pulse or actually he can't go into Alcurd because Alcurd only does set cards. But he could go into Grand Pulse and pop Imperial Order that way. So there's that. In my opinion, Pharaon, like, there's nothing Pharaon could have done. Like, you can't play around a 1-of, in my opinion. That's, I mean, I guess you can. You should try to play around Maxi, Torrential Tribute, Regeki, but you can't really play around Imperial Order. Like, and that's why I really do think this card's going to get banned. I think this card's nerfing was very good. I think it made the card definitely playable at 1, but I still think it's too powerful. It's just powerful cards. Like I said, when I did the ban this video, like, Anti-Spell Fragrance was like one of the most expensive commons ever before this card came back. But Anti-Spell Fragrance is a borderline win condition against a lot of decks. And this card's better than Anti-Spell Fragrance. And it really is. I'm assuming Farion's going to go add Brilliant Fusion. Now, because we know he's playing Infernoids, he's probably also playing cards like Reasoning, Monster Gate, and Future Fusion. So, and the reason I bring that up, obviously they aren't going to they're going to be live. They're not going to be live with Imperial Order up. But what is good about that, they are going to be live with Imperial Order. They aren't going to be live with Imperial Order up, but like I said, you can make Grand Pulse, pop that. If he doesn't have access to Grand Pulse, he can make Invoker, summon Rat, pop it that way. And that's assuming Tincho's back row is not live. Which Strike is kind of here or there. But like I referenced earlier, the Monarch's Erupt was a card that's kind of been finding its way in, and it is 100% live right now. And if Monarch's Erupts come down, I feel like if Monarch's Erupts would have come down, it would have been Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, or 4 Monarch's Erupts. But clearly, that's not the situation. And I think Farion is summoning Broad Bull to hopefully um, just kind of try to bait some of this back row that's out here. I don't think that's appropriate to summon Dragon like that. Because now, what Tinchon could do without activating either of these 2 cards, he can activate Apocalypse Effect, pop Return, make all these monsters have less attack, pop Dryden. Now Dryden can chain and pop Dynamite Knight, but Dryden can still do that regardless. And that's assuming Tincho doesn't have Strike. I just think that, like, I wouldn't want to lose my Dryden like that. I honestly doubt Farion is running any. How do you say Farahan? I honestly doubt he's running any other rank 3s other than Invoker. And if I'm Timcho and I do have a Solemn card, I'm activating it. Unless it's Scolding, because then I can't activate it. There's just no reason to even play with it. Why did that come out first? He's had Petrula in his hand this whole time. What? If I'm Farahan, I'm summoning Petrulia a lot quicker than that. Now it's gonna be interesting because it's like Do I target the back row, try to get rid of a strike or a chalice, or do I target an order to get my Brilliant Fusion live? And it was like a pot of duality type card. And that's the thing. You don't know if it's a strike. You don't know if it's a warning. You don't know if you're hitting the right card. I would have just gotten. I was just hit the order because what hitting the Imperial Order does, and I understand Dryden can get Imperial Order taken care of. But what hitting Imperial Order does is it makes Brilliant Fusion live, and that's going to force the back row to be used regardless. Um, Now it does kind of clog up the field a little bit, but the back row starts to get used because you activated Brilliant Fusion, and then you can use Petrulia to get rid of the other back row. You can use Trident to pop Imperial Order, and you still have Invoker up, and now you're in the driver's seat. I don't think I would have gone for the set card if I was Farahon, and I don't think I would have waited that long to summon Petrulia. But I don't really think in this current game state it's super relevant how long he took to summon Petrulia, and I also don't think in this game state it's going to matter. I don't think that this is live. I think we would have seen that this would have done something at this point if this was live. I don't think this is live at all. Um, there's so many really good cards that could have gotten that should have that negation. Um, he could be waiting to pop Trident. That could be what that is. I extremely doubt it, but it could be. But we see Thoroughblade pitch summoning to Thoroughblade pitching Whiptail. Fortunately, Petrulia is not a Beast Warrior or an Earth. It's actually a Fire. Is this the best Fire archetype? Because I feel like it is. I feel like Infernoids have always been basically meta. Probably gonna see the second Emerald. I can't think of anything else that I would want to send. What's also really cool about the Brilliant Fusion engine in this deck, maybe not this deck specifically, but just in 60 card decks that are trying to get to um, Kagasuchi, is that there is a new Pendulum Bujin monster that is considered a normal monster, but has a pendulum effect. So you can send it with Lazuli and add it. Yeah, it's really a card. The problem is you can't chain Apocalypse Effect to Dweller's Summon because you can just chain Dweller to that and it doesn't do anything. It lessens their attack, which is very relevant with a 2500 attack Dynamite Knight sitting over there, not really having any way to get out unless he's got F-Zero, which I don't think F-Zero is super relevant to go into right now. So he's going to detach it. I am almost positive this is like a spell at this point. Not like a chalice spell either. Like just like a real like terraforming kind of spell. Which is why a lot of people are kind of diverting away from the 3 terraforming 3 diagram. I personally like 3 terraforming 3 diagram in a true Draco type of effect. Or a true Draco type of I said effect because he's activating Darn's effect, but in a true Draco type of deck, because that's odd. I don't know why. He's a target? Oh yeah, there's a second Dynamite Knight. But in a true Draco deck, I like 3 terraforming. It thins the deck out really well. But we do see people, I think Team Sam's deck had maybe 1 copy of it. I think there was another deck that had like 2 copies of it. Maybe Team Sam was the one with 2 copies. But we do see a lot of people not running 3. There was also another deck that got top 64, True Draco Demise, that ran 3 terraforming as well. It might just be up to personal preference, but and even though it appears that Farion is kind of getting what he wants, it doesn't appear like he's in the driver's seat. You can still diagram, which could just get popped by Dryden, I guess. But you can still diagram for hitting Apocalypse, go get a really good card, pop Dryden, even though Dweller would be live. We do see Apocalypse effects activate. It's going to destroy Dynamite Knight, and now all the monsters attack over here have half Dwellers at 850, and Invokers at 800. That's really strong. What's also strong is this, is a lingering effect, and it can be used again and again and again. So now it is Chincho's turn. He will take 700, but he will still be technically in the life point lead. I just don't understand why that card is still there. Chincho goes straight to battle phase. Goes to attack Dweller. The Dweller's effect, obviously. Whenever Dweller's about to die, you always chain Dweller's effect. We're actually going to see Dryad's effect activate to pop Dynamite Knight. We could see a Chalice come down from Chincho, depending on if he drew it. But I don't think he did. I guess he could have, because he did the same thing with that grass. He chained dinos, chained order. But we see return come down. And return's effect's going to activate, and it's going to special summon Dynamite Knight. I'm really curious to see what Chincho has. What did he draw, too? Why didn't he activate Diagram? What's going on? I think he didn't activate Diagram because he wants to get something out of these. But in my opinion, that doesn't make any sense at all. You pop Apocalypse. I know you're at 12 cards, but you pop Apocalypse. You go searching for Heritage. You activate Heritage. Draw a card. Who knows what you could draw there? I mean, I don't know what's in Chincho's hand. I don't know what's on Chincho's field. But I feel like doing something more than attacking with Dynamite Knight, losing Dynamite Knight, returning him back with return. I think there's something better that he could have done there. And in my opinion, Ferion in the Infernoid Zoo deck is in the driver's seat. I would have definitely done Standby Phase Dweller there. Oh, the Maxi. That's probably why Chincho didn't do anything. Chincho probably drew that for a hand and was probably comfortable with it. But anyway, like I was saying, I would have standby phased the Dweller, so it couldn't have got like Apocalypse couldn't have gotten chained to like pop return, pop Dweller, which was effects still would resolve, so it wouldn't have mattered. Um, but I don't know. I actually don't. I'm actually not sure if that really is relevant. We see the Imperial Order 700 go to Chincho, so it's going to be a little bit easier for Ferion to OTK him if he's going to do that. Which I think he has to. I mean, he doesn't have to. Only 3 cards. Chincho didn't do anything last turn other than try to attack. You have 4 cards in hand, 4 cards on field. He's got 6 cards on the field, 3 cards in hand. Like I said, you're kind of in the driver's seat if you're Ferion, but your Invoker's got no material, your Giant's got no material. I'm not sure if there's a combo engrave. I don't think I remember seeing a combo engrave. This duel has been going on for so long. I think Ferion's going for the kill. And he could very well get it. Thoroughblade has an effect, but it has to be beast. It has to be underneath a beast monster. So unfortunately, Beast Dweller will not be doing piercing. Tiger Mortar comes down. Called her Tigris earlier. That is her OCG name. We are not in the OCG. We are in the TCG. What does that stand for? What does the TCG stand? I've never known what TCG stands for. Maybe it's like official card game, translated card game. I don't know. Ferion's gonna activate that crisp tanky, search another Whiptail. Whiptail's gonna be big enough to get over Dynamite Knight and attack over it. Ferion hasn't normal summoned yet. I was making that face because I'm not sure if not attacking first is the right thing. I thought he was doing it to clear up space because he wants it banished. That's why. Makes sense. So Tincho is asking Farhan if he can activate effect during the damage step. Only cards that can be activated during the damage step are not Dweller, are spell speed 3 and attack and defense modifiers, which Dweller's neither of those two things. But Farhan does have priority, so you can be like before damage step Dweller. And I think Apocalypse is one of them. Yeah, Apocalypse is one of them. Which I believe is what Tincho's going to do. Which would bring... Is it current attack? It's got to be current attack. Yeah, it is current attack. So that would bring Tiger Mortar down... stay at 0. And bring Dweller down... to 425 and Invoker down to 4. So that's going to help stop the bleeding a little bit, but Tincho is about to lose his Dynamite Knight unless... Oh no, he's not, because he's going to activate Apocalypse targeting Dynamite Knight. Dynamite Knight's going to die. And then if Farron's smart, he attacks... Actually, no, he has to attack with Trident next. Then if Tincho's smart, he lets that attack go through. He takes 1200, and then on Invoker's attack declaration, you summon out... I'm pretty sure you do it. I'm pretty sure... Okay, so now Tincho's saying he doesn't have a replay attack, which is, I think, incorrect. I think because Tincho would try to attack, and his attack target left. That's awesome that he's got answer the phone. But I think because Farion attacked and his attack target left, then he needs to attack again. But that might only be if the attack target leaves not during the damage step or the damage calculation. I don't think that's right. But in my opinion, let's say the attack doesn't get replayed. Tincho is going to take no damage here, effectively. But if the attack does get replayed, either Dryden has to attack immediately, or Dryden doesn't get another attack. And if Pharaon attacks with another monster other than Invoker or Dweller, then... Or if Pharaon attacks with Invoker or Dweller, then Tincho summons Dynamite Knight right back out, and the battle phase essentially ends. Unless Pharaon wants to take battle damage from poking Dynamite Knight with 1200 defense with monsters with too little of attack to do anything about it. Tincho has returned. I'm not quite sure why he's taking the damage. I thought the whole reason... Did he activate? Yeah, because he hadn't activated Return this turn. And I thought the whole reason he activated Apocalypse was to save Dynamite Knight, to bring him back out, and to dodge that damage right there. You know, when you're taking 700 life points every standby phase, 825 can really matter. Pharaoh's probably trying to figure out why Dryden's attack didn't go through. I actually am as well. I'm also curious as to why Tincho let the damage go through. So while they're arguing about it, I'm going to try to think of why that was the better play. Yeah, it is because he left during the damage step. That's what I thought. That's what I thought Tim Cho was referring to. If the monster leaves during the damage step, we can look this up. Let's see what the problem is here. Don't. It's a bunch of porn. If my attack target leaves Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't think I need to specify Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. Replay Yu-Gi-Oh. Cause. A replay occurs. The following happens during the battle step while attack is occurring. The number of monsters, the turn player, the size of field changes no matter how briefly, for example, blah blah. Monsters no able to attack. If the conditions met during a chain, the replay occurs once the game reaches an open game state. Replays will never occur during the damage step, even if the above scenarios occur. That's what I thought. I'm actually going to try to see if I can send that link to these guys so this 50-minute duel can end soon. Can I? Group chat? Regular chat? Fair. Please tell me I can paste. Broken, can't paste. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dot. Okay, you let it go through. Dot wiki. Okay, you let it go through. That is the true thing. So now we get back to why did Tincho take the damage? I can't figure it out. Like, you're on a clock. Okay, so he has... Let's just 700, 700, 700, 700. Let's say, what's the denominator? 40, 28, 35, 42, 49. 49 is 7. So he's got 6.5. He's got 3.5 turns left. So he's going to die from Imperial Order before he decks out. But he can out Imperial Order very well. But I don't know how he outs being decked out. I just cannot for the life of me figure out why he did not summon the Dynamite Knight back with return. And what is this card? Here's my guess. My guess is this card is terraforming and there are no other targets. Even though we've only seen one Dragon diagram this entire time, that's my only guess. Or he doesn't want to deck then. Which are both relevant things. And this gives me back to my point. The deck I've been playtesting a lot is True Draco Demise. With no extra deck, because that's like extra deck. True Draco Demise is bad. And I haven't been playtesting Pot of Desires because Demise decks, there are Demise decks in my opinion that can potentially run that, but most Demise decks have like one or two very good power cards that get the card, that's why you're demising too. Like, Demise Satellar Knights I think is a bad example because I think that deck could definitely run Pot of Desires and be okay with it. I think Demise Spellbooks and Demise, a good example, Demise, Necro Valley of Demise, essentially, or Gravekeepers of Demise. That's not a really good deck to run that in because you could lose Necro Valley. Yeah, you can't lose it immediately. You're not going to banish all 3 copies. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is in an extended game state, which is where we're at now, and it's where Demise decks are trying to get to, because you're running so many disruption trap cards. In an extended game state, you're going to want those extra Necro Valleys. You're going to want the 10 cards. So I don't really like Pot of Desires in card Demise decks. Dryden's attack. I don't think that's right. Did he? How did the whip? How did he end up there? Oh, I think he did the Tiger Mortar's effect. Dryden's effect should have gone down to 6, and then gone up to. Let's see what this card says. This card gains attack equal to all the Zodiac monsters attached to it. I think it should have gone down to 600, and then that should have been its attack. Then it should have gained 1600. I don't know. I don't think Apocalypse would keep it at 600. I don't think that's how that interaction would work. Maybe it's because it says it becomes half of their current attack, but it doesn't say like, oh, and it can't change. Like I don't think. I don't think that's how that interaction works. This has been a really long duel. I should have ate before I watched this duel. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought the potential hazard was for Farion become um, become was going to be the reason why Dryad's attack was going to stay at 400 and he wouldn't gain. It's really tricky. Why don't these monsters have attacks? Like why don't they have any attack at all? Like they could have at least 100. I don't know why they have to have 0. Man, this game. Why isn't he activated returns effect? Like he's doing all of these, like he's got all these smart things going for him right now. Like you can't do this, you can't do that. Like he knows the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. Why isn't he activated returns effect once? What is he waiting for? He's trolling. I think he's trolling. I think he just wanted to activate Apocalypse Effect and then just die off of his own Imperial Order. Why isn't he activated Returns Effect? There's gotta be a reason. Because if you're afraid of it dying, then why even leave it up there? Like it's just taking up space at this point. Please, please, I swear, if those attacks go through one more time. Is that game? Please tell me that's game. I don't know if that's game. That's 825, 1025. So that should not be game. It's gonna be very close. I'm pretty sure it's like 125 off, which is words I never thought I'd say. It is 125 off. Imperial Order though only kills you if you have 700 exactly. So during Farion's next standby phase, Imperial Order will go away. Also relevant, Tincho just exited out of Solemn Strike range. So even if this card that's been here since turn 1 was something relevant, doesn't matter anymore. What in the... So now with Imperial Order gone... So now with Imperial Order gone, Pharaon can actually do a lot more crazy good things. I don't know why Tincho... He's trolling. Like, I'm 100% like certain he's trolling. I swear if he scoops, I'm gonna be so frustrated. Thoroughblade does piercing. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter because you can't get over any of these monsters. I just don't get it. I don't get what's going on at all. Diagram. I mean, Diagram hasn't activated because like. I don't even care. I hid the yawn last time it happened. I don't care anymore. He's trolling. Abyss Dweller is a terrible. Chalice! This has been here the whole time! He could have chaliced here. He could have chaliced here. He could have chaliced whenever, like, so many times. He's trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling. I don't, like... He's trolling. Maybe one thing if, like, he had 38 cards left in his deck, and Farion had 5 cards left in his deck. And Farion was forced to discard cards, which I think he should have been. I don't know why. Farion didn't discard any cards, so he should have. For all intents and purposes, Farion can win right here. But there's no way you don't have a ghost. I was gonna say, there's no way you don't have anything. Okay. But there's no way you don't have anything to respond to diagram. Who has more experience here? You got 6 cards in your hand. It's because you're running a 60 card deck after that grass got banned. Why are you searching when you have 5 cards in your deck? Why did you special summon earlier when you had Chalice that entire time? Why did you activate Chalice's effect against Invoker or Dweller when you actually had things? When you actually weren't at 125 life points and 4 cards in your deck? Why didn't you special summon... I'm missing something. Tincho's playing Exodia. That's what it is. That's how I figured it out. We figured it out. He's playing 2 Pot of Desires in an Exodia deck. He's trolling. I'm not even commentating. You guys understand what happened, right? He's got disciples. He's got disciples at the ready. So the deck out has been dodged, as it were. Unless Pharaon was like, no, 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 no. This is what I was saving the Ghost Ogre for. I think Tincho is just trying to flex on Pharaon or something like that. I have no idea. I have no idea why Tincho has 4 cards left in his deck in 125. If you're watching this video, which Tag Duels Live doesn't get watched very often, and this is gonna be like a 60-minute video, so this is definitely not gonna get watched. But if you're at this stage in the video, put hashtag trolling and also try to explain why Tincho's been playing the way he has and why he has a 15 card extra deck. Because I can't figure out either of those 2 things. So we see Dryden's effect activates. I'm being trolled. Actually, I wonder if he'll respond. Let's go straight to this. Let's just go straight to the source. Figure out. You're searching with diagram again? But you just, oh my goodness, okay. Okay, that's not what I wanted at all. Oh, there it is. That's sent? I don't see it. I don't see it in here. I don't see it. Where did it just go? What is going on over here? Okay. Oh, Chalice was dead! That's right. Because of Imperial Order. Broken. Okay. That makes more sense. Because, yeah. I see so much, like, it's just like, feels like when it's foggy in the morning, and, like, the fog clears up. That's what I feel like right now. So Apocalypse Effect 212 Dweller, is it round down? I've never, let's look this up too. What if my monster, what if an effect makes my monster have half attack? It doesn't say. I don't even know why. Why did I click on this? I know you guys are probably wondering how this match is gonna end, but I'm gonna be honest. Like the final at NAWCQ was like a quarter of that, like entire duel, and it was the same matchup. Was that Imperial Order there the whole time? Because I don't think it was. But like I was saying, I know you guys are probably wondering how this duel is gonna end. We're actually just gonna cap it right there.
It feel like my life ain't mine. I finally wanna be alive.